welcome to Down with Dragons.
Brought
Brought to you by Monsters of Roll. I am Scott, your DM. We also have...
I am Chris. I'm playing Theobald, who is a wood carver, among other things, and he's on an owl kick recently.
Cool. All right. Cool. I am Mick. I'm playing Callan Den, and before applying to the Scalebound Guild, which we're in right now... Scalebound Guild. Yes. Thank you.
It's important.
It is important for me to get names right.
Yes, because I am a DM and I have put time into this.
Before applying, he was a rather popular combat entertainer in the festival scene, pretty much like a pro wrestler.
All right, cool. My name is Adam. I will be playing Loon Sensinome, a Goliath monk. His favorite color is indigo.
Oh, indigo. All right. Well, I am Scott, like I said, your DM. And I don't have anything as awesome as that. We spitballed things, but I'm just going to go with my personal favorite color is green. So
there you go.
We're going to go with that because I'm not ready to reveal things about the world that they want to know.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to give them that satisfaction.
Come on, son.
I know.
Do it.
So, due to the fact that I forgot last time, because it was our first episode, and one of the ways we are going to be dealing with inspiration is for you, our viewers, to have a chance to actually influence the actual game. So whether you go on Twitter or on Twitch here during the actual comments, or our Facebook page, Down with Dragons, or any of those mediums, Discord, anything that is your favorite way of communicating, find us on there. And all you got to do is, whether it be in the subject or during the comments, somewhere in there, put hashtag inspiration and select any of our players here that did something during the episode that you watched that really resonated with you, or was an MVP moment, or made you laugh. Doesn't matter what it is, something that shines to you, that why they deserve inspiration. And inspiration, for anybody who's not familiar with that, is basically they get a D20 that at any time they can use to add to a roll. Basically, if they roll really crappy and they're like, I want to use my inspiration, they get to re-roll that D20. Yeah, just like like Adam is pointing out, the fact of at the beginning of our first episode, he could have used inspiration.
So bad.
That being said, just let us know who you think. I'm going to basically take the tally of whoever gets the most votes and automatically give that to that person. But if I hear specific reasons of why it really resonated with you, I might give extra people also inspiration. For that fact, because I forgot, I'm just going to start off this game by saying each of you has inspiration, because you all did amazing last game.
Yeah.
And
love it.
That was great. So each of you has inspiration. That being said, if for some reason I have some kind of overwhelming amount of reason for one player to have inspiration, I'm going to give an enhanced inspiration, which I'm going to classify as I give it to you that you have an enhanced inspiration. You can hang on to it and use it, and if you use it, all it does is automatically, when you do that reroll, you have advantage with it.
Ooh. Wow. Oh, wow.
If you hang on to it and you are able to gather, what's a good number? Let's say 5. 5 enhanced inspirations. I'm going to give you a Twist of Fate.
Oh, Twist of Fate.
Which basically is a narrative boon, where you want something to happen that you have no reason to happen.
Oh,
and
wow.
you want
The
to
universe
use...
rolled the natural
And
20
the return
for
of
you.
the moss.
anything, I mean, anything that is out of the ordinary, something that is literally almost a minor version of a Deus Ex Machina moment. You can cash those in for that. So, anybody who's watching, by all means, send in who you think should get inspiration, because obviously they are begging for it. Some more than others.
Shameless.
There might be some campaigning that are going to be going on here. I have no control over them. That being said, last time we were here playing Down with Dragons. Who would like to take the recap to this week? Because we're going to take turns.
Bully.
Anybody? Otherwise, I'll take care of it this time.
I'll nominate Mick. He played a ton in the last
All right.
session.
I played it.
I think you should demonstrate
You did,
how
like-
you saved our butts.
Yeah.
The nat 20.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate.
Okay, well, the group being part of a bunch of would-be heroes applying to the Scalebound Guild, were taking part in a trial to test their mettle. This particular trial, was against a chimera. The trial itself was illusionary. It was a test. However, the dangers were just as if it were a facing a real chimera. We had the help of an NPC named Silly Grizzle, who is an artificer who tends to blow everything up that she gets around.
Spectacular.
And I think Callan proved that with a song in your heart, you can succeed at anything. Which effectively turned out to mean that the dice rolled really well in my favor when I sang a song. So maybe we'll try that as we go on, maybe not. And once we we passed that trial. We didn't succeed, I guess. And we moved on to the next level.
Yeah.
B squad.
We were given our tokens to go equip ourselves at the fantastic armorer. I forgot her
Lady
name.
of the Cloud.
Alice Cloudfang at Lady at the Cliffs.
The Lady at the Cliffs, Alice Cloudfang, blacksmith, metalworker, gave us we gave her our orders for some wonderful items, and hopefully we'll check out what they are soon. Oh yeah, and I went shopping and had some fun.
I was gonna say, you're leaving out a whole
we're not
section
gonna
here.
forget the new.
New business arrangements with the local vendors.
Oh, Kiefer.
Wait, what?
All right. So yeah, that was a pretty good recap. So you all have been killing time. You're in the Shores district, right on the edge of the Cliffs district, which is where the shop is. And you guys have all kind of come back together. You've done some shopping, Callan, and Loon, you've done some teenage
Canvassing,
recruiting,
maybe.
and who feel like you might be pitching a cult, but
Not 100% yet. Got to get
No.
that one cleared up. But
I mean, yeah, you got first time
Yeah.
doing a corner pitch.
yep.
You learn some lessons.
They didn't send me with a pamphlet.
No, they expected you just to take those lessons into the world, and there's a learning curve.
Oh yeah.
It feels like it.
Oh yeah.
So, you all have come together. Theobald, you overheard some of the sales pitch, and so as
Did I convince you?
Luminensinum comes back. I'm saying it wrong, aren't I?
Mister has a problem with names being said wrong.
I do, but I'm the DM. I have far more names to keep track of. Lunsinensum. Oh my
No,
god.
keep going. I love this. It's good.
Lun. That's how.
Yeah, okay,
Lun.
yeah, that
I'm
works.
just gonna go with the misspelled version on the screen. Lun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loon Sentinel.
Lunsensinum.
There you go.
Lunsensinum. I'll get it. This is episode 2.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm even trying, you're welcome.
I
didn't just say, hey,
you have all the letters.
Goliath. Yeah, by the way, I have all the letters. Doesn't mean they mean anything. I have to spell every name phonetically for me, and I made them up. You should look at that introduction I read last time. All phonetically for all the dragon gods, because no. So
What you gotta do?
you've all reconvened. I'm not sure of Callan's demeanor after his little conversation with the shopkeeper. If he's pleased with himself, if he's
he wants to check back in as soon as possible.
Yeah, so you've all
I'm
reconvened.
remembering now.
That's good. You've all really the turning around and waving didn't do a thing for you.
Yeah.
I'm taking
A little
away
slow.
inspiration.
Sorry. Oh, all right, well, there it goes.
No, sorry, folks. I'm just
You got outspiration.
Oh,
hashtag vote for me. So you're all, block or two away from Cloudfang's shop. What are you guys doing as you all come back together? It's been about an hour at least at this point. You've been killing time just doing your soldierly duty of holding down this section of street
Nobody took it.
and paying attention to
good.
everything around you and hearing some cultish sales pitches. Which, you know what, to be honest, you two would probably meet up first. Like him coming back hopeful, but still maybe just a little bit like, I feel like I could have done better. You know, as he shows back up. Callan has not come back yet. He's on his way, but he's not here yet. You two are on the street corner, reconvening.
well, I do believe that could have gone better, but first time, gotta give it my all, eh? Every time you try your best gets better.
Yeah. You
had a good time yourself?
No, that was entertaining.
Well, I'm glad you had some enjoyment. I do believe we are supposed to be reconvening with Alice back at the forge.
Have you seen Callan anywhere? Did you see which way he went?
Honestly, I lost sight of him immediately.
Down the street, you're
he'll be-
coming. How you look right now? Coming down the street, about a block away.
I've just bought a new hat to finish my noblewoman look,
Oh boy.
and I'm donning it right now. This is how if I have time, I would like to check in with Harris at the shop.
For the most part, this is when you were leaving
Right.
that shop.
Oh,
if
okay.
This is after that, because that took time to find that shop, all of that, and now you're coming back.
Oh, I'm just way too eager to get back there. I'm not doing that right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just hopping and bopping. I've probably found some other loose items along the way, and
Sure.
oh, hey guys, how's it going?
Well, you look chipper.
What's not to be chipper about?
Oh, nothing.
You guys got
I may have found a convert.
I'm sure. I don't know. What does that mean?
He's harassing the teenage boys.
It is not harassment if they listen willingly.
Sorry, that sentence.
I don't know. Maybe you need some sales
Trying to
tips.
convince them non-violence is gonna win them glory and honor and women.
I said nothing about women.
You may
Maybe
want
you should
to
have.
adjust your pitch.
I will take it under consideration.
Were you? I don't understand how this. Were you ever a teenage boy?
At one point, yes. I had one fling. That was it.
I don't think I want to know.
You cannot be doing that over there.
I can do whatever I want. I'm the DM.
In the monastery.
It was outside of the monastery.
Oh,
but,
okay. All right.
in my times there, yes, I was coerced by a friend. He said we were going swimming with a couple of ladies. I trusted him, and then all of a sudden we are naked in a pool.
That kind of coercion. Okay. All right.
This is your fault for asking questions.
It is. It undoubtedly is. Anyway, you may want to adjust your pitch or adjust your target audience.
It's fair. I will try.
maybe a little younger.
I feel like you are going the wrong direction.
Orphans, nowhere to go, looking for refuge, 3 square meals a day,
Okay.
safety, protection.
Now
They
I
get
see
an
where you are
education.
going. I thought you were talking
They
about
learn how
going
to
to like
stand up for
children and they're
themselves
like
and stand up for
bassinets
others.
and
No,
like
no.
trying to coerce the children there.
No. Why?
I do not know.
No.
I do not know how the world works.
This is your
I am
pitch.
brand new here.
Yes, well, this is your pitch. Kellen will maybe give you some pointers.
Sure. Maybe you could replace the sales pitch for the order and just replace it with stuff that people like. Like here's
But
some
that is-
matches. Go stand over there and try to sell some matches. You got to go practice selling matches. You'd probably be You'll probably be great at selling whatever you want after that.
I see. You are learning by. Oh, I have to try this. Where can I get like shoes?
Shoes. Oh my god.
I could sell shoes.
You could
Shell shoes.
shell shoes. Does Lynn Sentinel even wear shoes?
That's a good question. I'll have to look into that.
Sandals.
I don't. The logistics behind your shoes, I can't imagine.
It's like 1 cow each.
We digress.
About that time. You all kind of have that same. It's been over an hour.
Yeah.
But
I
you're
would have
walking
bought a
and
hat.
talking. What?
I would have bought a fancy woman's hat. So
Fancy woman's hat.
yeah,
Roll me a persuasion check real quick.
Wow, that's not.
persuasion.
Oh no!
It's raw 19. So
Yeah, he's gonna kill it.
Raw 19, not too bad.
25.
All right. You'll be able to have bought not a wide selection at where you were looking, but you will find. You're familiar with like the Three Musketeers style hat with the one side up, huge feather.
Okay,
You would have found that for about 5 gold.
good. That's good.
Where are you going to keep that?
He's
On
wearing
my
it.
head, it's a hat.
Looks glorious. Purple with a white huge feather.
I like
Pointedly,
the color.
don't say anything about the hat. Let's go.
So you make it. You walk and talk all the way back to Lady at the Cliffs. When you arrive, you do see the same, setup. You got the pillars around with the huge furnace and coals and the anvil, and you'll see off to the side, looking totally nonchalant, Alice. The last time you saw her, almost, she doesn't look like she's been working hard or anything like that. Sitting, drinking tea in the same spot, looking at notes again, and making little pens and just, taking a sip. And you'll see this as you're kind of walking up to the shop. Like, she doesn't look like you've been gone for barely an hour. You each had orders. That's what you see as you arrive.
Lady Alice, you look well relaxed.
She, oh, hello. Come on in, boys. Barely got your stuff done on time.
Oh, you
You could have
actually
fooled us.
worked on them?
Oh, of course. Been working, good. Pulls out a little pocket watch. She's like, oh, good hour now. Yeah. It's all ready to go. We've already got your tokens. Who wants to go first?
I'll step forward if nobody else. I'll kind of look at the two of you and I'll take the step forward. I will go first.
Oh, come.
Eagerly.
She'll bring you over, and there's just like, it's not even a full foot up little pedestal. So, like, it's equivalent of, you imagine anyone who's going to get like fitted for a suit. You step up on the little platform and they do all the measurements. Yep. Yeah. She's like, oh, up here. Come on. Up here.
I am
Front and center. Come on. I know you're tall, but there's no roof. You'll be fine.
Okay. I step up on the pedestal.
Oh, look at you. Quite a specimen. All right. And she'll, Cal, bring out the big ones. Yeah. The big stick. Yeah. Come on. Bring it out. And he'll bring out a very large quarterstaff made for a Goliath. It is capped on each end with iron, with what you can very quickly see that is inlaid with a silver inside the cap on the very tip. Then it's got a beautiful wood, and then in the middle, also steel or some other metal, all engraved beautifully. To the point where the wood actually is carved to almost look like it's got growing like, not quite ivy, but just like a very fluid form that goes right into the steel and right back into the wood to the caps. Both capped, metal in the middle with wood. She'll take it from, she's like, oh, quite hefty. Here, try this out.
Grab it.
See if the balance is good there.
Look at it from. I almost do not feel worthy of this weapon.
Oh, no. Nonsense. You have the token.
Okay, and I'll kind of give it a few swings and
Perfectly
test it
balanced.
out. This is phenomenal. What is with the centerpiece here?
Oh, lovely. Little. I've dealt with a few of your kind before. Hold on to both sides and give it an opposite twist,
Okay.
and it separates into two. For the sake of what it is, basically maces, but you have two halves of quarterstaff, one on each hand, capped with metal.
Yeah, and I instantly go straight into like whipping them around and testing that out.
She's like, "Oh, good. Oh, I'm so happy that you like it."
Click,
Now,
click, and
the wood is iron wood.
oh, fantastic!
Seeing as that was a special request, and I had a few things that I've actually been messing around with. I've had a few other monks and such that have looked for special items, so I always have a little bit lying around. But that particular hadn't been quite finished yet, and so obviously it worked out for the scale of such a large specimen of yourself.
It's as if it was designed by the universe.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
And I'll step down and I hope your guys are just as fantastic as this. This is wonderful.
She's like, "How can you argue with that? Who's next?"
I'll go ahead. I'll go next.
Step up.
Lady, step up on this pedestal.
She'll take a minute to look at you. She's like, "Oh, you wouldn't think I could do much better, do you? Like, look at you."
Oh,
Thank you.
I like an older man.
oh,
Cal, bring out the breastplate.
yeah. Loot is off in the corner blushing.
Out will come this almost chocolate-colored black and brown leather breastplate. He'll hand it up to you, and immediately, like, you feel the weight of it, that it's there, but it's also a lot lighter than you'd expect as well. There and flexible. Like, for a breastplate, you'd expect, even if though it's wrapped in leather,
give.
it's got a little give. And, you start to put it on, and Alice, comes behind. She's like, "Oh, let me help you." And starts to help you. She's like, "Now, what you see here, this is wrapped in very supple leather. And what I'd like to tell you is that weave of that particular metal that you're wearing should protect you from most of the things that at least will take you by surprise. But that being said, you'll be quiet, it's comfortable, and with the leather you still can customize it however you want. I didn't put any symbols or anything that I didn't think you'd want. You seem like a fairly straightforward kind of man to me."
Lady.
So you have a very nice breastplate, form-fitting, like to the point where it's like the rudimentary, quick measurements that it's like, man, this was made for you.
Awesome.
And covered in the black leather, so not only because it's a breastplate, you don't have disadvantage on stealth checks, but also with this particular weave and everything, you're going to have an advantage when it comes to a critical hit. And we've already discussed kind of the mechanics of that. So it's not a magical item. It's a one-time thing. It will need repairing afterwards. But you can cancel, with a reaction, one critical hit.
Nice. I will need that. Lady, thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's always good to help some boys out.
Step down and get out of the way.
She's like, So, Mr. Callan,
Alice?
I think it's your turn.
Callan's probably a little, couldn't be as good as these other guys. Come on. He gave her a pretty personal item, his wrestling mask, kind of a luchador mask.
Can you describe, just off the cuff,
Yes.
what does that luchador mask look like?
It is made to look like kind of a mock orcish face. So it's green. It's got lots of lines through it, kind of like a caricature of an orc, and then like tusks around where the mouth would be. Sort of a grimace, but mostly it just looks like a luchador mask.
Okay.
Mask with green luchador mask with tusks type of thing, but it's a pretty personal touch, so Callan isn't really couldn't be as great as those.
There. So you stand up there. She's like, Cal, bring out the last one. And so Cal brings it out. She opens it up. And it's actually packed in a little case a little bit. And she pulls out, first off, it looks like a heavy, almost silk shirt for the way it flexes. But it's obviously a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the color of jade. And she holds it up, and she's like, all right, so you wanted a little bit better of armor, but you wanted something very flowing and all that. And like I said, I think I've seen you fight, especially looking at that mask. So I went into my own personal stocks here, and I found you the right metal, and I weave together these chains. So you have a chain shirt here, but it weighs as much as any leather armor you're ever going to see.
This is
Hands
metal?
it to you. It is metal, and it flexes like leather, but it'll stand up to anything
Wow.
Would I have
that a chain shirt should have.
any idea what kind of metal this is?
Aye, sure. You can
Impressive.
make me a history check. Not even a history check. Let's just go intelligence with advantage for the fact of you have had some blacksmithing.
His first roll is an 18, second's a 14, so
Okay.
intelligence.
Use your inspiration.
My intelligence is a negative 1.
inspiration.
on this, so it's a 17 total.
17 total. Okay. You will right off the bat, you will be aware of, like, just looking at it, and the way that when she kind of holds it up to hand, there is almost an iridescent shine to it in the light, where, like when you've looked at the rest of her shop,
Yep.
that's intricate weaves. That's metal weaves.
Yep.
You're not familiar with what kind of weave
Not
this
familiar
is,
with the kind.
but
Okay.
you do know that it is normally done with a mixture of metals and a certain process of heat and cooling and reheating.
I understand the technique. I don't know the alloy.
It's basically you understand what a cake is, but you don't know what the ingredients of this one is.
Sure.
You
Gotcha.
know, it's
Alright.
that kind of thing. But yeah, so she's holding this up, hands it to you. She's like, it clasps actually in the front. I figured it'd be a little easier to get in and out of instead of doing the back with a lot of those chain shuts. But try it on.
Wow. This is so light. This can't be metal.
It's very fun.
And I'm just,
Flexing and all.
dance moves and it's working.
She's like, oh, good. Oh, yeah, lots of movement. Good. Now, for my favorite part. And she pulls out the mask, which, holding it up, looking at it from the back end, it looks almost identical to what you gave her. And then she puts her hand inside and flips it around. The front half of it is made of that same jade chain. And in the front, there actually are two what look like some sort of bone tusks actually there now. Made like you're not sure what kind of bone, but they're there. And then in front are like with the jade a brass eye hole that actually, and they're not 100% brass because when you look at it, it's like, oh, that looks like brass. But you can see real quick as she moves it, they flex.
Ah.
Here is your mask, sir. And she'll hand it to you. It looks like the armored equivalent to any orc that has tribal markings and like within armor, but flexible. And this will grant you a +1.
Okay.
Wow.
Alice,
And she's just sitting there. And she's like, yes.
I gave you that mask because I had no expectation that it would come back as anything. I was ready to give it up. This looks...
I'm half insulted. You gave it up thinking nothing would happen.
But Alice, this is beyond... This is what... When I made this mask, this is what I dreamed of it looking like.
Stop now.
Alice, I don't know what this means, but this means something. Alice, you got me. You really got me with this mask. I don't know how you did it.
She'll take
But
you
you
by
saw right into my soul.
She'll take it back. Hey, it's okay. And she'll put her hand on your face. Like, hey, hush now. You got a lot of other guys. You need to hold yourself up. Yeah.
Loon is on his way over, and he's just standing
She'll
with
give you
one
a look.
hand on
She's
your
like,
back.
hey. He's okay. He's got something in his eye.
I do have something in my eye. It's just in my eye.
Hey,
A little bit of water.
there's a lot of light coming off this armor. You hold yourself together now. I made this armor for a warrior.
Okay.
Studying so
And then she'll whisper real quiet, "No, I appreciate the sentiment.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to be appreciated. And you be strong."
Oh my gosh.
And she'll let go. I hope you're all happy with your orders. The next time it's full price.
I would hate to even guess.
I hope to all see you again, though, real soon. I enjoyed all of you, and I love your size, and you are a sweet man.
Thank you, Alice.
And you come back anytime now,
Oh boy.
lady.
son.
All right, I'm getting out.
I'm out.
He's kind of like.
So you're outside of Lady of the Cliffs, all adorned, and
Every now and then you guys are just hearing clink.
Yeah, we're familiar.
Just miffed.
Hand it over. We'll hold it here for safekeeping.
hey guys, look. It's magic.
Hey!
Well, I'm stashing my stuff. I don't
bopping
want to
my
be
mic.
recognized
Hold on,
right on the street right now. So.
Fair enough.
Now, this would be something you could do to attract attention. Go through your katas, your movements. That would be something that would be of interest to, right? Exotic, unusual, weird, powerful
Perhaps our
movements.
morning mantra. And I'll just dive straight into the primordial, morning mantra that we
Okay.
do with the movements and everything.
I didn't mean right now.
And it's a show. I don't know how primordial in your system works, but it's like
Works
just
for me.
it's guttural and deep, and it's followed by movements that are like, what is this guy's like crazy?
Roll me. Performance isn't really.
It's not
It's not a performance. That's why
This is pretty natural at
roll
this
me
point.
just a straight wisdom with advantage for the simple fact of this
Oh my
is
gosh,
something
why are you
you
rolling
do
so good now?
all the time.
All right, wisdom with advantage, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, it. The ha ha ha. The words he's saying. Does anyone speak primordial? I don't think anyone else does. Okay.
Nope.
That part is a little aggressive. But
Especially for Loon.
Oh, yeah. Smiley face.
both of you-
But this, I could be shouting death at someone right now.
both of you in your own ways. Callan, with your experience with performance, and Theo with your experience in discipline and training, and just there's a beauty and a discipline within what he's doing that even though it's impromptu and unexpected, and it's like really in the middle of this, come on, it takes you off guard where it's like there is something here that you weren't quite expecting in this spur of the moment thing.
So is he drawing a crowd?
I mean,
You know?
by the end of it, I come out of it and I just kind of.
Oh no, not at all. There's, if anything, avoidance. I rolled a 3. There's people who start walking down the street like, oh no. Who might be
Closing
the
up
intensity
shops,
of it, thinking like,
doors.
oh, that's a fight about to start.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them. It's like hearing German for the first time and they're shouting at you. Even if they're saying "Ich liebe dich," which means I love you.
So you're saying they turn the corner and start to see Hitler's speech.
No. Okay. Well,
I mean, that's an aggressive. If you never know German, like that's that kind of intensity.
similar. Yes.
If you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, you know, not
With
specifically.
as done by interpretive dance. Yes.
In any case, I come
If
out of it
anything-
and I look calmer. I look more centered, and I definitely like. There's just a moment like, yes.
Yeah, like that.
Good work.
Well, fair enough. I can do this all the day.
I may have made a mistake.
Where are you guys going from here?
Okay, so, well, are we just gonna let him do that all day?
Is he going
It
to?
was
I
a
can't-
figure
I
of
don't
speech.
think
I
we
do
can
not intend
move
to
him.
actually do this all day. I don't know what we are off to do next, though.
I know a nice shop close by if we want to visit.
Oh, that's right. You were having fun.
Business. It was business.
Business.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
When we were expected back, did Dagnar say anything about when we were expected back?
The next day.
So
Not today.
This is
Next
free
day.
time.
You
Yes, we
you
got-
basically had
Alright.
today to go to Lady on the Cliffs, get outfitted with those tokens, have the day, and then the next day return.
All right.
So you still like at this point it's probably about 3:00 in the afternoon roughly. So it's mid to late
None
afternoon.
of you would have happened to have seen a postal office on the way here, would you?
What?
A place where you mail a letter to another person.
He's got an owl.
There's a
It-
garrison.
Sorry, I tried. I really did try to keep it straight there.
Would I know where a civilian post office would be?
Yeah, you'd absolutely know.
Okay.
It's within most places in the city, especially in the shores, cliffs, even the stones.
I mean, I didn't hang out on the shores and the cliffs all the time back.
yeah,
but
within walking distance. It's not
yeah,
far.
come on.
Like down that
fantastic.
way, left, right. You'll find it.
You are coming with me?
Is it as easy as pointing him down?
It'd
like
be
that?
just as easy as point as to take. It's not
Okay.
hard.
All right.
Well, where would you like me to join you? Because I may be.
Cliffs and shores is actually easier to do that with than stones. Stones is you're negotiating tunnels.
Warrens. And, yeah.
Where would you like to meet? I
Are you
intend
going
to
to
be
be able
here
to find
for-
your way back to the Stones District?
I have enough confidence in myself. Yes.
I mean, look at Colin. Do we have enough confidence in him? Back to the Stones?
Oh, come on
He
now.
seems
When
to have a
I
good
ever-
vantage point to find the way. So.
He has a point. Hey, I will take it. The weather is fine up here.
When in doubt, just go towards the giant dragon's maw.
Yeah.
The river's mouth.
I think I will handle this. And then I will head down to the post office,
Okay.
if you will. What
Okay.
is it even called a post office? What is it?
It's basically just a courier's.
A courier service.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Courier.
we'll see you tomorrow
Nice.
then.
Yes. See you tomorrow.
Have fun.
I intend to.
Okay. I didn't know if monks liked fun.
Okay. So he heads off. What are you two doing?
I'm heading back to the Stones District. Just kind of give him a little half salute and I'm heading off.
Yeah, I'd like to check into that shop if we got to.
All right.
On that sucker.
We're splitting off in 3. Seeing as
Never
we're
split the
already
party.
in the Shores District, we'll follow Callan first just because you're there and the camera is focused on you at the moment.
Okay. All right, I've headed back to Harris's shop, and when I arrive, I am dressed up as a noble woman that I would have probably dressed up as a lot of times before.
Okay. You spent the time to get into character. Okay.
Absolutely.
Roll me a disguise kit check.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you to get into all that?
So
Couple
that's,
minutes, 5-10 minutes max. He's got time. He's by himself.
This is the actor feat covers that, right?
That's for the investigation, looking into you, like if they're trying to investigate it. But just for the initial, how the disguise looks, it's just raw.
So that's just adding
Unless
proficiency.
unless you know what, to make it simple, if you want to use that as just how the disguise works, and then everything goes against just raw rolls, we can do it that way. So advantage on how it looks, like how convincing your outfit is, and then we won't have to do advantage and all that for the actress feat part of it.
Okay.
So you can have advantage on the roll for getting into costume.
All right, so then that makes it a 19.
19. Okay. So a 19. So how do you look?
Oh, I am dressed as an elderly noblewoman,
Okay.
and I've got my new fancy hat on,
Oh, beautiful hat.
and I am walking
Yeah.
slowly with a closed parasol, alone, into the shop.
Keep all this.
Where did you get the pen? Doesn't matter.
To just dress up a stick.
Yeah, no. Hey,
All right.
so you make your way,
Yes.
looking gorgeous as you are as an elderly woman. You walk in, and as you come in, you'll see Harris facing the back wall. And as you walk in, not immediately, as you kind of walk in and look around and see him not facing out, make a little racket. And all of a sudden, oh! Facing the wall.
And I'll just, greetings, good sir.
Oh, and he'll turn up. Hello!
Quite curious you are facing the opposite way as the door. I've never seen that before.
Really? Well, it's the newest way us shopkeepers can both welcome our patrons, such as yourself, but also show a certain amount of trust and establishment to the shop and those who come in.
That was my first thought. I had plenty of time to look around the shop without being bothered by your sort. And it was
Goddamn poor
quite a departure from what I'm used to in this district. So you seem like a sensible man. I applaud you.
I appreciate it. It's a new thing I'm trying, and honestly, to hear that fills me with joy. Welcome. How can I help you? I mean,
business fast.
you're welcome to look around, all that. I'm here whenever, and if you need me at all, I'm here.
Yes.
I trust you to be a smart customer and tell me what you need when you're ready.
Oh, once again, you're sounding very sensible, my man. I must tell you how discouraging it is to shop in this district, being assailed as soon as you walk through the door by the proprietors.
I'm starting to really understand and appreciate that.
Yes. And you have lovely finery here. This is why I walked in.
I appreciate that.
Yes. You do a good business, yes?
Oh, I aim to.
You seem to be able to handle the finer things quite well.
Thank you very much for noticing.
And you came up with this idea of turning the other way on your own?
To be honest, no. I actually just hired a consultant.
A consultant?
Yes.
Oh,
Boy.
now I can't fault you on it being not your original idea, but having the good sense to go and hire a consultant. Now that's a man with a good mind.
Thank you. Well, my dad always said, If you're not the smartest one, surround yourself with smart people.
Indeed. You do strike me as smart. Well. So I'm looking for something very particular. I've just had a new fireplace placed in my home,
Oh.
and it is of a very peculiar design of my own choosing. Now here's the problem, my man. I cannot find a accompanying fire pokers and other sort of equipment to complement this design.
Uh-huh.
And I saw your shop, and I was quite fascinated by all the fine things in the window, and thought that if any place, this may be the place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Happy to help. What kind of peculiar words?
Peculiar, my man.
That's the
Peculiar.
one. Are you looking for?
I'm looking for a ornamented fire poker and a kindling receptacle.
All right. Any specific designs you're looking at?
If it could be an anodized silverish,
All right.
would be lovely, and with a design of dancing pixies.
Dancing pixies.
Yes, you know what a pixie looks like, don't you?
Of course I know what a pixie looks like.
Well, I don't know what a pixie looks like. I've never seen a pixie.
You've never seen a pixie?
No.
Then why would you ask for a pixie?
Can you show me a pixie?
I can show you a pixie.
Okay, then show me a pixie.
I'm going to need some time to show you a pixie.
Abbott and Costello. Ladies and gentlemen, your entertainment for tonight.
He's like, all right. And he turns around, starts going into like his back of his shop. A few moments go by. Comes out with a platter, like just a big serving platter, and sets it down. All right. You see here on the filigree around the edges?
Yes.
Those are pixies.
Pixies! Those are just as I imagined them.
Amazing.
They're lovely.
Perfect. I can make those.
You can make that?
Yeah, of course.
I would like to order a small kindling receptacle with pixies like those.
I can do that.
Yes. How long would that take?
Oh, probably about, for that kind of detail, about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't enjoy visiting this district too often.
We do deliveries.
Deliveries.
Yeah, you give me an address, I'll bring them to you. I
Okay.
just ask for half up front. Half upon receiving of the
How much?
order.
How much would this cost?
Well, custom job like that. Probably be about 15 gold.
Yes.
Just for the first half.
Okay.
30 for the other half.
15 for the first half.
Yeah.
30 for the other half.
No, 15 and 15, so 30 total.
Oh, I
Sorry.
was worried you didn't know math, my man.
No, I apologize.
Jeez.
30 total. 15 now.
This is acceptable.
Be my pleasure.
Okay.
Do you have specific measurements or just regular length of, polkas and all
A
that?
normal.
Well, they're
kindling
custom.
box,
I don't
my
know if
friend.
you want something perfectly for you or just regular, standard, making sure.
I trust your abilities. I'm not skilled with fine things such as
Oh,
these.
fair.
Now, up front, 15, yes?
Correct.
Okay. And you will deliver this to Polunio Quindrick in the... What's the rich district?
Cliffs.
Cliffs District.
In the Cliffs district.
Well, Polunio what?
Quindrick.
Quindrick. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is high quality D&D right here, ladies
Now,
and gentlemen.
seeing as this is a kindling receptacle, we have a custom up in the Cliffs district. When you deliver a kindling receptacle. You fill it with the kindling, and if you find the person at the residence handsome or beautiful, you set down the kindling receptacle, and then you go around the corner of the manor, and you come back, and you remove it from where you left it, as if you were a sneak thief. Yes.
I have never heard. Roll me
Oh
deception check.
my gosh, this has got to be the most.
Deception, so 25.
Oh my god.
I have never heard of that particular custom, but
Yes.
who might argue?
Right. And if you
odd.
find the
Like a
resident
sneak thief? Like, really?
like a sneak thief.
Okay.
I think you call it swiping down here.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yes.
swiping.
Swiping.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you find the occupant of the manor handsome or beautiful, you will
Leave. And then go around.
go around.
So, like, they open the door, like, just to make sure,
Yes.
how do I, like, they open the door, I'm like, here's your order.
Yes.
And I set it down,
Yes.
I leave, go around the side.
You
around the
only
back.
take a couple steps away. You don't leave.
Oh,
They-
I thought you said go round. Like-
You'll understand once
Okay.
you're in the Cliffs district.
Okay.
Yes.
And then re-pick it back up. What if they're staring at me the whole time?
Well, if you find them handsome or beautiful, and you want to stare back a little longer,
Stay
then
back
what
a
you
little.
do is you swipe the box to the right.
White.
Yes.
If I'm not happy, to the left.
If you very much would enjoy the company of the occupant of the manor,
Okay, here's the question, just to make sure. He's actually writing down on an order sheet. Now,
my god.
if I'm happy, is it my right or their right? Because that is a difference.
it is your right, and it is well understood in the Cliffs district.
Okay, so my right, they'll understand my right means I'm happy. My left is them not.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then
If you feel you would enjoy the company of this residence of the manor,
swipe right.
swipe right
Right with
with the Tinder
right.
in the box.
Correct.
Yes.
I gotta say, I'm not familiar with this, but I like it. It's simple.
Yes.
I feel everybody gets the gist of what's gonna happen.
Yes.
Everyone knows where our position is on how we feel about each other.
Right.
I like it. Cuts out a lot of the middleman.
Yes. We do things very. We cut out middlemen in the Shores district.
Cliffs.
The Cliffs
Right,
district.
Cliffs.
Whichever it is.
No, I get you.
Oh my gosh, that's
All
ridiculous.
right.
You seem to be a man who can handle the fine things, so you do well in the Cliffs district.
I'll
I think.
be honest. If I by chance get this done early, I mean, it's all right if I deliver it early.
Oh, absolutely. I
Oh,
hope I.
good. Because
Actually,
I
I,
cannot wait to swipe left or right.
Yes. And I hope I see you soon.
Hope to see you soon again. 15 gold up front.
Oh, yes. Here you go.
Take the 15 gold. For the beginning of an app.
I was.
Today's episode brought to you by
Yeah.
Pixies.
Did anybody else catch up on that before?
No one else is in there at the moment.
No. I'm saying anybody, like, out of character. Did anybody else catch up with that before, like, the drop right there?
We weren't there.
Did I catch your name, sir?
Harrison.
Harrison?
Yeah. Most people just know me as Harrison.
Harrison.
It's simple.
As I said, you seem like a sensible man.
Thank you.
I wish you well. I hope to see you soon.
Gosh.
Same here. Pleasure. What was your name? I never even got it for the order.
I am Edmella Quindrick.
Eden Mella Quindrick. All right. Quindrick. Makes sense. I got... Within 2 weeks, I guarantee it. If I can have it done sooner, I will. This I cannot wait.
Wonderful. You are a very smart man. Thank you for your business and
Pleasure.
enjoy your day.
Have a great day. And you'll hear him quiet. He's like, Keitha, you old devil, you. All right.
Wow.
flashing across the a couple blocks.
Oh wait, and then I'll kick a dog 5 times to give him a good Yelp review.
A good
No,
Yelp
I'm
review.
kidding. I don't want to start that.
Someone's really happy. Flashing across a couple blocks of the district. Loon.
I don't think I'm ready for this.
It's on you.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Buck up. All right, you have found your way to an actual outpost for the couriers here.
Somehow
it's near
Callan
the
has beat you
outside.
there.
Nope,
and
you're
is
getting
waiting for you
towards
to
the
come
edge
down.
of the actual Shores district, near like an actual little, little tiny smaller harbor where they can quick on and off.
Yep. Makes sense. It was good. It was very good. I'm impressed. Oh,
You're there.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm,
I just said. Yeah,
I'm
you're there.
walking in. I'm not. Okay.
Walk in. It's a very simple setting inside counter, and inside you'll see there's actually just a half elf woman who's just going. Like you can see, she's busy. She's organizing things. It doesn't look like there's many other people here right now, but she's got a sack and she's going through different things and pushing things into different like baskets and things like that and getting things into satchels and she's working. She's busy.
Excuse me, madame.
Oh yes. How can I help you?
I'm looking for some stationery, a quill and pen, just to sit down here in the corner and write out a couple of letters really quick.
Oh yeah, of course. And she'll just take out a couple pieces of parchment. She's like, take what you need. Just let me know how much you take. Otherwise, ink and quill. She's like, just use it.
Thank you very much. And I'll take them. And is there somewhere to sit near?
There's like kind of like not an actual stool or anything, but there is kind of like a table that's about for you actually closer to. You'd have to hunch a little, but it's like kind of that
just gonna
standing
kneel.
bar table height.
If I have to write up here, I'll do it. But I'll kneel.
For you, it's lower. Not quite kneeling, but you're definitely hunched.
Okay, yeah. And then I just want to detail a letter out to Adrenor about everything that's gone on, and then seal that one, send it, and then also kind of a hey, how you doing letter to Murdit.
Okay.
And then, as I've been doing for quite a while now, just putting Freya's name on the outside of an envelope, just kind of with what's been going on, and I'll when I'm all done with this, however long it takes, I'll go back up to the half elf woman. I'm sorry, I did not get your name. I am Loon Sentinel.
Mary.
Nice to meet you, Mary. These first two go to the Open Way Monastery up north.
Oh, okay.
This last
Excellent.
one,
Sets it aside.
I have not been able to find her for quite a long time now. This is something I've been doing for a while. I am hoping you can accommodate just a little bit. If you see her or know of anybody who might know of her, this is for Freya. She used to be at the Open Way Monastery, but I have lost contact with her after an unfortunate, we'll just say incident.
Ooh, that was a high roll. She'll look at it and she's like, oh, I've seen these before. These have come here before. And she'll kind of going back and bring out a small sack and like really quickly you'll see that a lot of them are yours. And she's like, we haven't really had a place to send them. They've circulated, and you can see on some they have some seals embossed into them and stuff like that. She's like, no one's claimed them, and they've kind of made their way back here. It's one of the closest to the Open Way. Really, really sorry. I don't know if your friend is out there. We don't really have a lot of details other than her name on here. Do you know by any chance where she might be? Because maybe we could send them to that office.
If I knew, I would send it to that office as well. It is an unfortunate thing. Well, thank you for your time. Anyway, perhaps I will just hang on to this one for now. Thank you, Mary. And I will turn around and somber as I leave, but still okay, I guess, as I leave the door. Oh, I'm sorry. Before I leave, I forgot to pay. What do I owe you?
As as you kind of have that realization and turn around, she's already right there. She's followed you to that
sure.
point. And she's like, kind of taking both your hands as you kind of turning to like, oh my God, you know, she takes both your hands. She's like, and kind of grabbing at that letter, like, don't give up hope. She's like, friends you never know. Like, just because we haven't found her yet doesn't mean we won't find her.
I suppose you are correct. If it has anything to help, I can give you a description. I don't know if that will help.
Not from me. But you know what? If you... This sounds bad. If you go to one of the actual, like, guilds that handle law enforcement...
Oh, you
They
think
have-
it does that bad?
No, they have artists. That's wanted posters. Have you seen any
Oh,
of
yes, the sketch artists that do the... Oh,
them?
of course, why not? That is a
mean,
wonderful idea.
We could circulate that attached to your letters, and I mean, at least it might improve your chances.
This is a wonderful idea, Mary. You do not know what you have done for my soul. Thank you very much.
She's like, oh, no problem.
Okay, where's the nearest office?
The nearest one, she's like about 3 blocks that way, 4 that way, and it's about a block before. If you get to the river, you're gone too far.
Mary, a gold. Thank you very much. I'm out.
Thank you.
I'll take that gold out. I am down to the offices.
Okay.
To the station.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get that gold out of here first.
Okay, you do that.
Um,
Theobald.
Classic small town directions. If you can hit this, it's gone too far.
Yeah, you hit that, you're too far. You hit the old barn, you're gone too far. You gotta go back to Eric's mill. You know. Theobald.
I am
In the
heading
Stones
down to
District.
the Stones District.
Yep.
I am not the Dark Tides Inn. I'm gonna go look. Looking for a couple of different inns different taverns, pubs, hole in the walls where the garrisons would typically go to drink.
Okay.
And does it right. Someone's always in the bars from the dragoons.
My notes.
And I'm going to be listening for, first of all, news from up north with the various orc clans on the hunt up there.
Okay.
And I'm also keeping an eye out for either any old intermediaries that would have worked with my platoon or someone who I could potentially turn into an asset. Someone who, a bright young officer who's maybe a little bit of a misfit here with the, in the dregs.
Okay. Okay, roll me first off a perception check.
Jeez. 9.
9. Okay. And then roll me a flat d20 just for me.
17.
17. Okay. All right.
If I don't find anybody,
So-
that's okay. There's a long game here.
No,
so
yeah, no, I
need
get
to-
you. I get you.
I gotta find the right person.
So as you've gone to multiple different inns now over the course of kind of your late afternoon going into the evening. It's pushing probably 7, 8 o'clock or so. It's getting into actually evening now. You've eaten at one place, come to another. You see a few, actual off-duty dragoons that are there, or you can see fresh recruits that are about to be dispatched. I mean, you can tell. But nothing that really hits the mark for what you're looking for. And it's as you're kind of giving up for the night of just like the right one didn't present itself,
Yep.
or the right information or the right mood or whatever didn't really hit itself. Over your shoulder, you'll hear a bird call over one shoulder, and you'll immediately recognize it as when you were all kind of maintaining in your regiment quiet and just signaling between, of just kind of heads up. And as you kind of turn to look that way, on your other side, someone will slap your wrist, and you'll look over, and you'll just see a quick kind of salute. It's a shorthand salute. And in front of you, there's probably in her like mid-20s, female half-elf. She's got a long brown mohawk of hair and black, real dark brown black eyes. She's probably about 5 feet tall or so, and strong build. I mean, and she's got leathers on, and you can see the symbol of a dragoon messenger, courier. And she's a runner, and so you're familiar with those, and you immediately, after kind of being startled, at least recognize her. And she's got some real deep scars that you don't remember the last time you actually saw her. You remember the last time you saw her. It was about 24 hours before the last engagement that you had.
Ooh. And
you had sent her specifically, and her name was Avery. It's all you don't remember a surname, but you know her name was Avery. You had sent her with basically a report of your last movement, where you're going, and the ambush you were planning. And you had sent her off in a last moment of kind of, this is what we're doing, spur of the moment decision, and all the intel you had, this is what you're doing.
Yep.
And she's in front of you.
She looked pissed or
she doesn't
surprised?
look happy,
okay,
but she also looks a little surprised. And she's just looking you kind of up and down and like, I thought you were dead.
Yeah. Glad you made it out.
Barely.
A lot of that going around.
So, I mean, how many other... I heard everybody died.
They did. Have a seat. You drinking?
Every day since.
Yeah. All right. Flag the bartender and try to find a table or something on the side.
Yep. Yeah, so you two find a table off to the side, quiet enough. You're both in between the full go of the night and the die off from meals and getting to and from places. So yeah, you find a nice spot.
What'd you run into?
Orcs. They had some fast scouts that were moving. I'm guessing it must have been ahead of whatever group they had, but they caught me. I killed 3 or 4 of them, but they left me for dead. They must have thought I was dead. I mean, I thought I was dead, but I woke up the next day and blood everywhere, but I was still here. And by the time I got back to headquarters, I mean, I'd already heard you were all gone.
What were they wearing? Which clan were they with?
I didn't see. It was raining so hard and I was running so fast. I was just trying to get that intel back of our movements. And I mean, I got hit by an arrow before I knew anything was going on.
Who'd you end up reporting to?
Captain Reginald. He was the one who was actually in command.
And what did Reginald have to say?
Not a lot.
Did he look surprised?
He not the information I gave, because he already had got reports of apparently within, I'm guessing, a couple hours before I got there. But that all of you were gone.
Which way did they go after that? The orcs.
I have no idea. I was taken away to medical tents, and from there sent back here. I haven't been back to the lines since.
All right.
I'm kind of half a black stain on the group.
Yeah. Ouch. What are you doing now? Who are you working for now?
She kind of just looks around and she's like, I guess I'm working for the Dragoons and living for me. Just takes a deep drink. No regiment will take me. Haven't been issued any new orders. I'm a courier who couldn't get the job done. And the intel I had got an entire regiment killed. Except for you, apparently. Which, by the way, back to that, how the hell are you alive?
That's a good question.
What happened?
Someone messed up. I messed up. I didn't see the ambush coming.
Thought it was an ambush.
It was a reverse ambush. They knew where we were.
Oh. Okay. So, who? Or what clan? I mean,
I don't know.
you haven't pieced anything? I mean,
Not yet.
okay.
But I'm here now. And I'm going to find out.
She kind of looks like she's about to take another drink, but then kind of just slides it towards you more. She's like, can I help? I need to do something. I haven't done anything good since then.
Yeah. I
What?
need a message.
You need a message?
I need a message to go to Lieutenant Commander Norwin in the Planning Division.
Okay. What do you need?
Tell him an old childhood friend needs to talk to him. Tell him it's the man, this man, pulled another childhood friend out of a bar in a fight with a one-legged doxy and a redheaded dwarf. He'll know where it was.
She smiles at that and she's like, all right.
Tell him to meet me there.
All right. Do you have a place, like a win?
We'll keep an eye out for him.
All right.
Whenever he can make it out, I'll just keep checking in.
All right.
Keep it simple. He'll know who it is. He'll know what it is. But we need him for the next step.
All right. I'll leave tomorrow.
If you need me, I'll be in the Scalebound Guild.
You're getting wrapped up with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it on the down low.
You're still dead as far as I know.
Perfect.
She'll reach out to clasp your hand and she's like, it's good to see you.
You too. Do you need anything? You got money?
I'm fine, and a dead man can't help me.
Huh.
She turns and walks out.
Sit back and finish my drink.
Yep. And you'll notice, just compared to the demeanor you saw when you first saw her walking over here and all that, back's a little straighter, it seems like. Not, I mean, there's weight there, but there's maybe some hope. And she's moving.
Awesome.
Back up to the shores.
Yeah.
To the local constabulary.
Yeah. I waltz in the front doors.
Colin's behind the table, the counter.
Hello!
What? No,
I own everything now.
I interest you in commemorative stamps. They commemorate me.
Do you, like, it's up to you. Do you want to spend time here, or do you just want to get the gist of getting a description made? It's up to you.
I don't know that I want to. We don't have to go through it
to you.
because it's just honestly walking in, introducing myself, and being like, okay, this is what's going on.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion.
Why don't we? Yeah. Okay.
Nat 1. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No, I might use this. I'm gonna. I don't want that, and where are we?
Nat 1s are never a bad thing to re-roll, but they're also
Okay.
the worst things to re-roll because of Nat 1s really just tell a story.
You get the
I really
worst
just don't.
artist ever.
Don't want it. Don't. You wanted what?
Everyone looks like Mr. Potato Head.
You wanted persuasion, right?
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay. That's
Keeps
acceptable.
getting the nose wrong.
Okay. Now, roll
I care
me-
too much about this friend
Yes,
of mine to
yes.
let that go.
Yes.
Okay. Now roll me.
Not another roll.
Yeah, there's another roll here. God, I'm trying
Start
to think.
singing.
Roll me a history check because this is going to be your mental recollection of her exact
Oh.
feature. Like more than you're explaining what your brain sees.
11.
11. Okay.
So not
okay.
fantastic, but
No.
better than.
So he
Helen
does
of
a.
Troy.
It takes a little persuading, and a gold.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
But he does make a drawing of a reasonably accurate picture of Freya. You look at it and you definitely know, like, could be better. But you also know you couldn't draw this.
Do I think that
He could do better?
he know that either of my party members could do, like, I feel like Callan might be able to do a better job. And I might take
Here's
a
the
copy.
deal.
Yeah.
You have a drawing.
Yes.
Are you going to bring it back with you, or are you going to try to get this started to get circulated? Because if you're not sure and you think, then you could bring it back with you and be like, can anyone do better?
I think I'm gonna let it ride. I've been waiting too long to try. It's been so long.
Okay. So, you've got it. You've
Yep.
got a good drawing, or
Yep.
reasonable drawing.
Yep.
Taking it back to the courier service to try
Yes.
to... Okay.
Yep. We can hike right through that.
Okay. It'll take, I'd say, with Mary, because she already likes your story. I rolled really high for her possibly knowing about your letters.
Sure.
Okay, not too bad. It'll cost you 5 gold
Yep.
for them to actually get in some way like remade enough to be at a couple of the different hubs
Sure.
to maybe try to track down, kind of
Sure.
attached to this specific letter.
Okay.
And like, have you seen this person? They have mail. You know?
Yeah. I'll even give her an extra 5 silver just for her trouble.
Okay. She'll be very appreciative, and yeah, that'll get pushed on. So you
Awesome.
send
Then I guess after that, I'm just gonna kind of meander my way back to the Scalebound Guild.
Okay.
Feeling a little better about myself and confident that this is moving on forward.
Good. Okay, you got 2 letters for sure because you know where they're
I know
going.
where they're going. Yeah.
And one.
Which has joined its thousands of brothers, I'm sure.
No, it wasn't a bag of thousands.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a small. Dozens.
Okay.
Dozens. Because not every, all of them have made their way back here, so it's just,
I'm sure
some
some
of them
have
are
been
out
lost
there. Yeah.
somewhere in transit.
Quite possibly.
Who knows what?
All right. So you all kind of make your way back eventually to the Scalebound. You're staying in the barracks.
Yep.
All right. Next day, you all have a peaceful night's sleep. Wake up. Next day, you have a little, morning breakfast. Do you convene together to rehash anything, or are you going straight to kind of just eating and waiting for?
I won't be there right away.
Okay.
I'm doing my morning.
Your
Yep.
your morning. Yep. Morning.
I'm-
Well,
lesson.
maybe I will be there at the same time, but I'll have already been up.
That's
Yeah.
quite possible.
Yeah.
Poke around a little bit, see if I can figure out where the infirmary is.
Infirmary.
Yep. I'm not gonna go in and talk to him or anything. But I'm just gonna check on Fearless. If he's still around, if he can get drummed out.
Yeah. So you wake up, make your way around. You'll find that the infirmary is vacant. No one's in there at all. There's no doctors of any sort or sages or anything like that. There's no wounded. No one's here.
Okay.
So breakfast.
I want to poke around too because
Okay. Poking.
when I entered, there was some some events that I want to see if I find evidence of or what might have happened.
Okay. What are you looking into?
I am looking into the gallery, which would be like a balcony on the outside of the building, is where I kind of snuck in and entered. I'm looking for signs of a fight or blood or bodies or anything.
Roll me an investigation check, and just well, first off, are you trying to low key be up there, or are you just kind of wandering?
Are you sneaking?
Yeah, are you sneaking?
I'm sneaking.
Roll me a stealth check first.
Okay.
Sneaky sneakershin.
Okay. So it's a 5.
Oh.
Okay. So you're up there.
Dropping my crowbars and stuff.
You're still fairly confident. You don't see anybody.
It's early.
It's early
in the
morning.
Good morning, Dragonlock!
Good morning.
It's still early.
That's my stealth.
Yeah. Unless you're doing that, yeah.
At least it's not more awkward humming. Whistling.
Roll me an
Whistling.
investigation check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Because it's been a little bit of time. But you're looking around.
All right. So
My goodness.
it's 10.
10? Okay. So it's early morning, and the particular hall you're actually in has quite a few paintings on the walls. It's a fairly large hallway, and every now and then there's paintings on the wall, kind of like the posters behind you, a little bit more spaced, and they're portraits of renowned heroes. Some of which you may have heard of, some of which you may not have. But as you're kind of going through, looking around, searching, looking at the edges of the frames, looking along the walls, the bottoms, and you're not finding a lot. It looks like this is actually a fairly well cleaned area, like it's maintained, which makes sense too because of obviously just what's in this hallway. And as you're going about and looking, and like right when you're like maybe, and you kind of start to slide one of the portraits to the side just to look kind of behind it a little bit, you hear behind you a door kind of shut, and you hear, "Is there anything I can help you with?" And as you turn, you will see the actual, who you don't have an actual title for yet, but the actual leader of the Scalebound. Short, gray, cropped hair, beard, wearing tight leathers, a brace of sorts on his knee. Standing, he's got a short sword on one hip, and just kind of hands kind of cradled over the hilt, just kind of resting, looking at you. Something you're looking for?
Yeah. I'm looking for any explanation why I'm here. I mean, I know why I'm here. I came here. I've always intended to come here. Why am I here now?
I'd assume it had something to do with you sneaking in. Seeing as you weren't on my original lists for people looking to join. But you are quite entertaining.
Okay.
Callan Den, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so if you know that part, what happened?
What happened?
I snuck in, and I didn't mean to. There was a commotion that led me this way. You didn't see that?
I don't see everything. I don't have a crystal ball.
Oh, okay.
I just know you were seen. You made your way eventually to the applicants. And we figured it'd sort itself out after you went through the first trial, but it actually was quite entertaining, to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
Which is why we allowed you to keep going. Because, to be honest, there was something about you that said you were more than some thief or whatever reason you snuck in here. So I figured I'd let it play itself out, or you'd die or get injured enough you'd leave.
All right.
Perfectly sound rationale to me. I'm good here. How about you?
I'm great. I live here.
Oh, cool.
Holds out his hand. Not even a full extension, just at kind of his level. Name's Bazozan Vasker. I'm the Scalebinder.
Nice to meet you, sir. I am Callan Den,
I know.
as you already know.
Quite a voice, too.
Actually, I don't know who I am, as you might not know. But I'm here.
You don't... What? You don't know who you are?
Callan Den's just my performing name.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked into you yet. Maybe I should.
I'll give you a look into me. Maybe you can tell me more about it. And he'll like lift his sleeve and show tattoos that are recognized pretty widely as from an orcish band that is pretty reviled.
And I look at it, he's like, yeah, it's smart to keep that covered.
Well, thanks for that affirmation.
By the way, does your friend know?
My friend.
The one you've been hanging out with. You and there's the big one and there's the soldier.
No, they don't know.
Oh.
And I'd
keep that under wraps.
Feel like it's a good idea to keep that under wraps.
Yeah. At least, until at least he's invested in you.
He? Oh, he.
Who are you talking about?
My assigned partners.
He.
Who must have?
And he'll kind of
And I'll bring out
think
the
to
flask.
himself, Theobald.
Oh,
This soldier.
the soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's who I was thinking of too. That's probably good advice as well. Thank you.
Breakfast is that way.
Oh, thanks. Yes.
Follow
Breakfast, very
follow
important.
Your nose.
Thank you. Bazo?
Bazozan.
Baz-
Vasker.
Bazo. Thank you, sir. I'm headed to breakfast.
Eat hearty.
Yikes.
Good morning, Dragonlock.
Yikes.
So you make your way down there.
Tense. Oh, boy. Woo!
So you're all eating breakfast. The only other people who are also down here is the Tiefling, the
yes.
Dragoon Knight.
Is he taking his helmet off
Not
yet?
eating. Sitting there.
Straw through one of the holes in his mask.
And Talsia. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That'd ruin it. Talsia is also sitting there. They're
Yeah.
they're kind of a little bit more clustered. They've gone through a thing together.
Have we seen any other members of the guild here? Like, I mean, even in
Oh,
passing?
sure.
Oh, okay.
Just in passing. Some of them you may or may not recognize. Mostly the people who are here are more of like the staff.
Okay, so the
People who do
the
things,
guild
but
people
the
don't-
Everybody else
like
is on the job.
the
Yeah,
heroes
that's
that
what
would
I'm-
be
okay.
noteworthy that you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's Batman, that type of no,
No.
you don't
They're
know
out
the
in-
heroes of renown that are part of this guild. You have not seen them.
Okay, all right. All right.
This is staff and things of that nature.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
But you also can tell very easily you're only being allowed in a small section of this entire area.
Sure, we have.
You
Okay.
know.
Haven't unlocked that area yet.
Correct. You haven't gotten that key.
Probationary.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, right. Yep.
So as you all eat heartily, there's a wider assortment of foods. After you get near the end, you'll see Dagnar, big half orc, come out, and he'll come out and kind of lean against the wall in front of all of the tables, kind of look at all of you. He's like, "So how are we doing this morning? Hopefully not too many hangovers or sore bellies. I don't know any kind of celebration for making this far."
We were supposed to celebrate with. I knew we forgot something.
I celebrated in my own way.
That's okay.
I have a fancy new stick.
Oh, that's a Cloudfang special, yeah.
It was cool the first 100 times.
I'm definitely playing into it now.
I definitely think we'll all see 100 more. So, we all understand you didn't all wow us in that last trial. Some more than others, some less than others. So that being said, we have decided to extend your third trial into a fourth trial and send you all on a mission. Something that is not ordained or contracted by the guild, but that still is useful to us. And whether or not you succeed or fail or live or die has nothing to do with us.
That guy's awesome.
That being said, I will let the Scalebinder let you know what your mission is. And he'll walk off to the side, grab a pitcher of ale, and just kind of sit back. And first time you'll see a little creak of a smile. And then you'll see, as I described before, Bazozan Vasker come out. Little imp. And he'll come front and center, put kind of both thumbs in his belt, and kind of look at all of you. All right. At least for what we've seen of you all deserve at least another chance. So, Dagnar, hand out the map. And I have a handy-dandy map, which I will just kind of show to you. I'll get a digital version eventually on the website, but that will at least show you guys.
Hold on. I'm gonna try and match that up to Vanna White. Okay, so that's all right. Okay. Cool.
So, looking over that, you can see the forest to the southeast in the lowlands, correct? You're all looking at your maps, correct? There are some old ruins. Alundol. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure. You'll be able to secure transit down the river at one of the ferries. From there, you'll have to make your way. There is a road heading to one of the villages that'll take you at least a few days in the right direction before you have to branch off into the actual forest to the south. But from there are some old ruins there. Inside is an unexplored... We don't know. Could be a temple. Could be an old city. We're not sure. There's no history that's written of when it comes to this place. We're assuming it's pre-dragons. Before the dark times. One of the ancestral homes, perhaps. But that being said, there could be bounty there. There could be treasure. We don't know. But what little information has come our way, there's possibly a relic there. A cube. If it's there, we have some parties that would actually be interested in them. We're not sure if it's actually there. It's just a rumor from any of the old places that people have gone. But I feel like this is a good place to send all of our would-be heroes and adventurers to go and explore and find out what's there. Could be traps, could be monsters, could be everything. Whoever gets there finds the most interesting artifact and gets back. Has secured a place among us. Anybody who just makes it back, at least we'll consider. And if you don't, well, you've taken care of the decision for us. Any questions? Good. Go. He turns around and starts walking away.
Well, stand up, cinch my belt, look at you two. Well, I heard the man just as clearly as I'm sure you have. I suggest we get going.
Oh, I should have asked him if he tried the bagels.
There were bagels?
You missed the bagels?
I missed the bagels.
He's gone. He's gone. Dang, missed my chance.
Next time. So,
Is Dagnar saying anything additional here?
he looks content, actually, at the moment. Just still leaning against, watched Bazzoxan leave, and then is looking at all of you as you make jokes. You can see Talcia is talking to her group, kind of, and just they're immediately making plans or talking, or just, she looks the most animated of, like, kind of talking and orchestrating.
The go-getter.
Ah,
We are up against formidable foes.
we should visit Leech.
Perhaps.
They didn't give us no tokens this time.
I think I could get us in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna head back
if you
to
think
my
it
room.
is a
Like that.
worthwhile experience, then we shall hit it up. I don't know that we should waste any time, considering that we have those three to go against.
Okay.
Do we want to recruit any of them?
Perhaps joining forces is a better idea. However, we do not know how many they are willing to let in, and I'm sure that they have understood the same thing. They may be just as willing to stick with the three of them rather than try and join forces with us, especially considering that they made it without issue through the last trial.
Fair enough.
It is worth a shot, but I feel like it is taking a shot at the sun. You are not going to make it very far.
All right. You two go visit Leech. I'm going to hang out here, finish breakfast.
Sounds like a
And
plan.
I'm going to go grab my gear out of the bunk.
All right, I
Sit
stash
down.
the staff, and I know actually I like to use this thing. I'm walking with it.
I'm gonna spin my flask around in front of Telsia when I walk by, and then we'll go visit Leech.
Doesn't even care.
You walk by. Theobald, what are you doing right now?
I'm finishing
Yeah.
breakfast, and is there any spot that Owl could be sitting perched up above?
Has he been out this whole time?
Nope. Okay,
You
is there
tell
anywhere
me.
I can? Is there
Oh
anywhere
yeah,
that-
there's still rafters, stuff
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Call him out.
Puff of feathers and up in the rafters.
Mhm.
You're always up there.
I want to listen in and see what they're up to.
So you want to give me a stealth check then for
Owl?
Yep. Do you have stats for your owl?
I do.
Super. Perfect.
And all right, stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get the right one.
I would like to use my inspiration, please.
What was it?
It was a 9.
9. Okay. So fair. Inspiration. So re-rolling.
Please be better. Please be better.
9.
9.
Ah,
Nine. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna.
See the feather floating down.
Okay. So, you kind of, as you're slowly eating, kind of take a bite of some food and close your eyes, and you're focusing all of your perception through your owl.
Mm-hmm.
The owl is kind of up in the rafters and kind of, makes its way across, kind of leans down, and you can see through just the enhanced vision of your owl everybody. I mean, you're still getting used to that.
Yep.
And you can start to hear Telsia's voice. And you can hear her. She's like, all right. She's like, honestly, I think that the best way we're going to do this is that we need to immediately, before we think about any kind of supplies or anything like that, we need to go straight down to the harbors and we need to charter our course. Fastest ship we can possibly get on and start heading that way. If there's time, while we're waiting for them to depart, we get what supplies we can. But otherwise, we're good. We can handle whatever's down there with what we have on us. The most important thing is getting the fastest. She kind of looks around and then just makes a little gesture. The fastest ship we can get on, because those idiots that we're dealing with won't have a chance. And then all of a sudden, do you remember that little imp?
Mm-hmm.
You're all of a sudden going to feel through the connection a hand, and the owl will immediately turn on. You'll see the imp, and it'll just be just the face of that imp with the feathers, and there's the ow, and you'll feel a snap of its neck, and just feathers come down. The connection's lost.
Mm.
And then Telsia just kind of rolls her eyes and looks over her shoulder and smiles, and there's
little.
and then goes back to talking.
It's fine.
Oh, man.
Wow. That, yikes.
You two have a real thing establishing. Love and hate, they run really close together. So,
Yikes.
you two are heading to Leech.
Yeah.
Make your way down, knock on the doors.
Making our
Takes a
way
few minutes, a lot of noise. Open the doors. You're assaulted with all the smells and all everything.
Yeah.
When you come
That
into
takes a
there,
bit
you
to
don't
get used to.
see Leech anywhere, and you're kind of going around like, Leech, Leech. And all of a sudden, out of one of like the aquarium tanks that's just filled with all kinds of like seaweed and all that stuff, all of a sudden out from pop, hello, what's going on? So hold on, I'm finishing feeding. Just hold on. Goes back in, and you just see like, that's not how it actually works. But any kind of comical scene you've seen of like piranha swarming and all the bubbles, that's what you see going on in this water. And then he'll start to climb out, and he's like, hey, yeah, hey. That's seaweed, I tell you. If you don't spend time with them, they get all clingy. How can I? And he's wearing just a loincloth right now, and he just grabs a towel and he starts wiping. How can I help you? What's up?
Leech, buddy, how you doing?
Callan! Hi. How's the belly?
Perfect. This scar.
Oh, that's
is,
healing up real nice.
yeah, and it's a good conversation piece, I think, too.
Chicks dig scars.
Hey, right?
So how can I help you?
Well, as you may or
Big
may
boy.
not have heard,
It's all right. We're all friends here, right?
I'm going to let him handle this because I am well out of my element here.
Hey, I don't think you're on drugs this time.
No, not this time, but I never know.
You want some drugs?
No, thank you.
All right.
I did enough in my first day here. I am fine.
All right.
all right, so
I'm saying I can hook you up.
Well,
All
perhaps
natural.
we'll hang on to that for just a moment.
I got some beetles that'll make you see things you never seen before. Colors you didn't know existed.
That actually sounds intriguing.
Yeah, you're right, it does.
I digress. You need to speak to him.
God, I like you guys.
okay,
Sorry.
well, good news.
Yeah,
Alan Dole.
We are full probationary members of the guild.
you're full members.
Full probationary members of the guild.
What?
Yeah.
Did you
it's
sneeze?
exciting, isn't
He's
it?
got a little cough. It's okay.
It sounded like a sneeze,
And,
but it almost like the sneeze was like provisional.
you know, so
Hey,
which
full members. Let me see the tattoo.
the tattoo.
The tattoo. Yeah, that one.
Oh, we haven't had time to get the tattoo.
You
We're off
understand
on a
I'm not an idiot.
secret
I'm not just like those
mission.
tribal goblins that you might have known out there. I'm a deep goblin.
Okay.
We build things. We know things.
No, of course
I
I
live
know.
off the land.
I know better than that. Of course, Leech. But here we are. Got a big mission coming up. I'm
Amazing.
excited to prove myself.
Yep, you didn't impress them that much in the last one, did you? Hey, it's all right. It's happened before.
You have been really helpful.
Well, that's what I do. I'm leech.
I would like to fill in my alchemy repertoire if you gave me little tips or
Right.
maybe help me replicate maybe some of the stuff you sent last time.
Oh, yeah.
Might come in handy.
Oh, it would.
I've been taking a look at it. I think I got it, but it's between I got it or it's definitely gonna kill me type of thing.
Probably kill you. When you know you got it, you got it. If you don't got it, you don't got it. It'll kill you.
Ah, you're right. You're right. That is how it works.
That's what happened to me twice.
The wisdom that this man speaks.
Twice. Oh, so you do it again. Okay. So that's good news.
Well, it helps if you're a deep goblin.
Good. Okay, so I guess I'm just asking.
I'm fucking with you. I haven't died. All right.
I don't.
So what do you need, boys? Sorry.
We are making a venture out to Alondol. It is our fourth trial, considering that the third one didn't go so well.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know what to ask for. Do you? You don't know anything about the ruin itself, do you?
What ruin?
Alondol, the ruin in Alondol.
Let's find out.
Basozan.
There's a plant that sounds kind of like that.
How unfortunate.
Aloe.
Not quite. You need the second half of the word. Dol.
Don't. Nope. Never heard of that.
That's unfortunate.
That reminds me, Leech. If you haven't heard of this place, obviously there's probably some good components there that we could bring back if we, we're girded for battle and survival.
Right.
I got a good eye for alchemy components, so
I suppose we can promise whatever we see we can bring through here first.
What do you want?
Everything you can give us.
You can't afford that, even if you brought back everything I didn't know I wanted.
Well, I figure we start at the top and work our way down, eh?
Yeah, let's start at the bottom. Work our way up, seeing as that's a big chick.
Well, they thought perhaps about traps, maybe something that will help us with our perception, abilities to spot things that are out of the ordinary.
Right. How are you boys at seeing in the dark?
I cannot.
what?
Cannot. All right.
That's a thing?
Seeing in the dark?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes. It is quite fascinating for those that can actually do it. It's amazing. You don't need torches at night. You just have to trust them.
I've heard that, but I thought they were lying.
Oh, it is
Dark
I
vision.
Wish, I wish. I
Whatever.
I've got the urine of a bat that if you put in your eyes, you'll be able to see at night.
Why is everything you say so disgusting?
Okay, yes.
Sorry, that was meant to be quieter.
I will flip out a shopping bag. That sounds good.
So he'll walk. He's still toweling off. Kind of walks over to the counter, tucks it. And
I feel
does
like for
the
modesty,
chest, tuck. Steps up the little steps behind the leg. And he goes down, pulls out a thing, and it opens up and sets out a vial. And it's a very milky white yellow liquid. Sets it down. All right. So there's number 1 on the wish list. What else are we thinking, boys?
What did that shark spit do last time?
Oh, shark spit. That was
Anybody remember?
I'm looking. I think was that the truth. Or no, that wasn't the truth stuff. That was the radiant.
All radiant damage.
Basically,
No, that sounds right.
does it sound right?
Because we were
I'm
fighting the
looking.
ghost.
No, it wasn't.
I don't think
It
it was.
would kill
that.
you.
I'm looking.
yeah, I did write it. That had nothing to do with me, so I wrote nothing down.
I wrote nothing down. Where is it? I don't have my laptop here that has all my notes. Pass.
Pass. Okay.
We'll come back to that
Yeah,
for the simple
sure.
fact of
Just
I
gave
don't
it out
have
the
that
last
in front of me at
dose.
this second.
All right. So, well,
Note
Leech.
to self.
He is far more experienced than we are in this situation. Perhaps he knows what he gives out on the regular to people who are delving into dungeons, if you will.
That's a good seed. What would you suggest? And remember, I'm really eager to help you out with your experimental.
That is true. He will try
elixirs.
anything.
He just kind of smiles and is like, all right. Well,
Did you like my notes from the last time?
They weren't bad. The ones we had during the extraction were actually quite more interesting. But all right, how do you boys like being a host?
A host to what?
Right, a parasite that it is my bestseller.
That's,
All right.
Must be good.
What it does is it's a kind of leech, like my name.
And the ones on your face.
What?
And the ones on your face.
These guys. They're my friends. Don't even worry about them. They're just eating. So it's a kind of leech, but it attaches itself to kind of your heart.
It was going strong as an
Right.
internal organs.
I get it for the first. Well, there's no good sales pitch for the first time until you use it, and then you're like, "How did I ever not have one of these?" Now, this is the hard part. So, it attaches, and it needs at least 24 hours to really, get a sense of who you are. After that, it kind of builds up a reservoir, as it were, and when you need it, you can just kind of give it a little bit of a squeeze, and it'll heal you for some of what it's already taken. It keeps feeding, gives back when you need it, as long as it doesn't die, which basically if you either get really messed up or you try to take too much.
Then what?
Well, then it dies.
Oh, and it's all over.
What?
Well, it's all over then.
Well,
You
for
need-
it is.
You need a new one.
These things aren't cheap.
Well,
They're not bestseller, but the thing is, if you're smart, it'll live longer than you will.
Fantastic.
So
They have a long lifespan.
These are not in the testing phase anymore?
Oh, no. half the heroes you have ever heard of probably have one attached to them right now.
Considering you have a strong selling point, what are the negatives?
Can you name one person who could give a good testimony?
I can name three. There's Dark Mantle. I mean, I know he has them. There's this Silver Sabers. All three of them, they all have them. There's he's kind of a lower key. Slug. Can't even say it without laughing. Slug Slime. He's at the bowels of the city, but he takes care of things that need doing. He's got one.
It's a dirty job, but he's doing.
Right. Everybody has one. That's somebody. They get stronger. You get stronger.
I have a hard time arguing with that. These are successful people who have this thing.
Successful people. These are super people.
I will agree with you. Yes, it is.
I mean,
Where do we sign up?
I mean, Leech, that sounds very intriguing. We would
Don't
like
even
to try.
now. You've already showed your hand.
Basically, how these work mechanically is that after 24 hours of them being attached to you, it's basically attuning for a day without the attunement slot. One day, every day, you can sacrifice one hit dice to them to feed them, basically. But throughout that day of them having that one stored, as a bonus action, you can squeeze upon them, and you can then use that hit dice +5 in actual healing points, like hit points, not temporary.
Plus the hit dice?
Yep. If you use it a second time, then the actual Heart Leech needs to make a Constitution saving throw. And it goes up every time you use it. After that you haven't stored it in there, and it goes up. It starts off at a DC 12, then a 15, so it's like basically after that initial one, which is free, it's just yours that it's stored, then you're using what it has.
Does that reset?
For every time you use it, it's like a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
For the Heart Leech.
Right, I'm saying like if you don't use it for another 3 days, will that
cancel it out?
Yeah.
Like if you did it 3 times, so it had the multiple levels, after 3 days it would reset.
Okay.
Because it's had days to recuperate. But if you, in one battle, do 1, 2, 3, and then the next day have a fight and go 1, 2, it's now at 4 levels of the equivalent of exhaustion, and it's like, and its DC is going up and up and up. So like after you use it, it's making a Constitution saving throw, and then the next time, and then the next time. So you are basically sacrificing its life to constantly give you more of your hit dice access, but
it's killing it.
It's killing it.
Yeah.
Yep. The first one is a freebie, basically, because it's a stored one. After that, you can, in the middle of a fight, use your hit dice, but then it's making those Constitution saving throws. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one for each of us and one for our friend, if that's at all possible. I'm not trying to take one out of your area without.
Of course not. Yeah. There'll just be some sort of arrangement that needs making. Your friend was that the soldier?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I have an arrangement with him already. Lovely.
fantastic.
Lovely. Oh yeah. Right. Right. So
That's interesting.
Here's what I'm
didn't
gonna
hear of
need,
any
boys.
arrangement.
I'm gonna need number 1. What do you got on you, money wise?
In totality, 100 and where is it? 153 gold.
That'll do. That's a good start.
Holy cow.
You want the whole thing?
Apparently monk life is a little...
Right.
Okay.
Well, at least 100. That'll at least put a down payment. Because one of those hot leeches is normally about 500 gold. But as long as you take care of it, it's yours forever.
All right. Ooh, that is a very healthy chunk.
Right, right. But we're working out an arrangement, right? And this is non-guild prices. You know, the part.
Okay, leech here. I've got 77 gold.
Perfect. So together, let's just say 150. You're gonna need some traveling cash, right? Mm-hmm. So there's 150 together. Now, when you get back, everything you get, I don't care why you were sent there, I get first dibs.
Well, considering that I hold no
I
Real
don't care,
attachment to
I don't care if
earthly
it's alive or not. I don't care what it is. I get first dibs looking at it. I get to pick, let's say, there's 3 of you. You get to pick 3 items. My choice. 3 items, 3 creatures, 3 whatever. 3 things. My choice.
Okay. It sounds great. You do great
Unless
work.
it's something from the
leech.
binder. If the binder wanted something specific, he gets that, obviously. Something that's not the binder's.
Scale binder. Gotcha. I'm always happy to help Leech. And if this makes any future arrangements go smoother, then yeah,
All right.
I'm in.
This seems
You're
like
in?
a very large step to be taking.
You can manage large steps.
Yeah, you're big.
You're
Like, it takes me like a dozen of one of yours.
He is a
You're
gold
fine.
man. I was rolling 100 gold. You can offset with the other 50. I do not want to leave you destitute. Each me up.
Lovely. Bring your friend by later. I need a blood sample of each of you right now. That'll get things rolling. And he'll just kind of pull out a long needle. And this, he's like,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's a...
stab.
And I'm
Stab.
pulling my back of my pants down. Ready?
Whatever.
Wow, what a gold drop.
So you'll eventually. Do we need to do a sales pitch of getting attached to something? Though you're not unfamiliar with these things are.
Okay.
You at least know what they
Sure.
are. Not everything, but there are actually some higher ranking members
Yep.
who of the military who have them.
Yep. Oh, that would make sense. Shock troops
There's a
and
part of
yep.
me that feels like we should have
Yeah.
waited till guild prices were a thing, but
You're not
Well,
guild though.
I know. That's the thing.
So each of you do get equipped. It's uncomfortable in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And the way it attaches is actually on your forearm. Yeah.
And it just slowly burrows.
And it slowly burrows until it just
sounds
looks like a growth
Incredibly painful.
on your. No, it's real slow. It's slime and saliva and all that makes it so. Other than the initial, barely feel it.
Like a numbing agent, so you don't notice it.
Yeah.
Like a tick.
This whole science is
Or a leech.
so
You ever gone on a lake, come out, and
A
you're
leech,
just covered in
yeah.
leeches?
incredibly odd to me. I am fascinated and at the same
It turns
time
around. No.
disgusted.
So,
Yeah.
Can I replicate the corpse spider venom or try?
try.
Is that what I want to do?
Are you
Yes.
trying to spend the
Yes.
actual time right now doing that? Because that's gonna
No.
to do that. It's gonna be a couple hours of actual downtime.
Is
working
that so?
on
That's a,
If I have it, yes.
it. Depends on if you guys are gonna try and book passage and do stuff like that.
Oh. Well, we don't know
mean,
that. That's
No,
Delcia's
but
plan
no,
yet.
but you know it's go.
gotta do it. Yeah.
And so you guys went to get equipment, and then you were meeting back up.
Roger. No, I won't be doing that right now.
Just as it's a bonus action to activate that, or is it like free
Bonus
action?
action to basically.
Just.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. That is
All right, I'm in the barracks, gearing up.
Okay. So you all reconvene.
Yep.
He's getting ready.
Okay, so Theobald, hey, we got superhero bugs in us. You should
No.
go get. You should get one.
Now what did he tell you?
What was it?
Heartleech.
Did we get the
Heartleech.
Heartleech? He says all the big time super guys have them.
Just gonna check and see how many limbs and digits they've got on them yet.
honestly, it's not so bad.
How did you swing that?
Me and Leech are like that. We're on our way, buddy.
We promised him the first 3 items of his choosing from our bounty.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, come on.
And if one of those things would have been what got us into the guild,
Well, that he thinks that it goes to Bazozan as his first.
All right.
I think we're good.
All right. Maelstrom and Het crew are booking passage as quick as they can. They're just grabbing gear on the way. This will help. Good thinking.
Okay. We should beat them there.
They're gone.
They're gone.
Do you know where?
They're going book passage.
Okay.
And this is one of those things where as long as we're not too far behind them, second runner isn't necessarily in the worst position on these type of things.
Right.
They may find all the cool stuff, or they may soften up what we run into next, or they may stir up trouble that we have to deal with. But they're gone. It's too late. I think this is a smarter plan. We'll go in cautious, geared up, ready to go.
I feel like those are all good points. It's almost as if you've done this kind of thing before.
Leech, you said Leech has something for me?
Yes, he will
right.
provide you one of these. I'll show him the leash.
Yeah, it's still working
Yeah.
on burrowing. But yeah,
I've seen
it's
those.
very, yeah.
All right, grab your gear. We'll head down to the we'll head meet up at let's say Dark Tides Inn,
Fair enough. We meet you there.
and then we'll go to the docks from there.
Good luck.
All right.
All right. I'm.
You two head off.
Start
You
with-
head down to Leech's, get outfitted.
Mm-hmm.
And when we head to the docks to get passage and all that, that's where we'll pick up next time. So thank you for joining us. And remember, whether it be through Twitter or through Facebook or on our Twitch, hashtag inspiration. Let us know who you think should get inspiration for next time. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Bye bye.
DM Scott.
Have a great night.
Bye.